The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Our watch party is 2 days away. Lock in your ticket with the link in the description. Today, we're going to be breaking down the top storylines for the Jets following 2 days of joint practices with the New York Giants. That and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. DKB will join us. Let's hit it and get it started.
You get the f*** out.
There's a number of things that I think about every morning that get me excited about being a part of this job. And plus, I just love what the hell I do. I have to address that. Between me and them, that's all you need to know. Every day, I'm living my dream. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Shout out to Gator for the new intro. Ladies and gentlemen, another reminder that if you lock in your ticket today, it's $18 for a raffle ticket included, plus a free Friday branded beer, one free Gangrene T-shot, and what will be just an awesome night at T-Squared Social in New York City. A bunch of Asmaniacs that regularly call the show will be there. We got awesome raffle prizes like this framed and signed Breece Hall jersey, 2 tickets to Jets Panthers, signed Corbett jersey, signed Aaron Glenn jersey, and stay tuned for more surprises at the actual event. With that said, let's talk all things New York Jets, and let's say hello right now to a fellow Jets content creator, DKB. DK, welcome to the show, my man. Big fan of your work. Thanks for coming on.
Good morning. Appreciate it. Always great to have some legends in the community recognize, the smaller guys.
Well, we got a lot to talk about, so a great day to have you on. Let's just kind of start with your overall feel on where this team is at going into the game Saturday. 2 joint practices in the books. Jets do not practice today. They have a walkthrough tomorrow, so the next time we hear from any player or the head coach is not going to be until after this game Saturday night. So break down the state of the Jets right now. What are your thoughts on how this week has gone?
Yeah, I'm really excited. So for one of the most important things I want to look at over the course of the entire offseason with Justin Fields was how he handles pressure, right? Because I know a lot of our expectations are he's not that advanced as a passer. And so you assume the greats break down when they're facing a ferocious pass rush. You'd expect it to look even worse for Justin Fields. But it seems like for the most part, a lot of the reports were really positive. I like watching a lot of what Robbie Sabo and Zach Rosenblatt point out because I think they're a little bit more critical of things and give you a better idea of kind of what's occurring. And a lot of what they reported was a lot of on-time throws. The accuracy seemed like it was a little bit better from prior practices. So really excited about the course of how our offensive line and Justin Fields have been able to respond to the Giants, who arguably has the best offensive line this year on paper.
So your thoughts looking at the state of this team now going into Saturday. Glenn would not say yesterday how long the starters will play, if they will even play, but I think we all have a pretty good feel for the fact that they're going to be out there in some capacity. What are your thoughts on this game Saturday? How long do you personally expect the Jets starters to be out there against the Giants?
Yeah, so I know against the Packers, when I was chatting with Boyd Green about it, I was saying somewhere between 1 and 3 series would probably make sense, depending on level, intensity, etc. I would say we're probably looking at 2 series here, right? I think it's highly dependent on how the offense goes out there and performs again. If they can score a touchdown, maybe they pull the plug early. Defensively, I know we have some pieces coming back, some pieces going out. So I think generally you're probably looking at about 2 series apiece for the starters. And then you start taking a heavy look at the depth players again and trying to iron out some of those competitions.
it's going to be interesting to me just what they're specifically trying to do offensively. We know that they've had success all summer, seemingly running the ball. I really would love to see some downfield passing in this game. Would love to see a big Fields to Garrett Wilson completion at some point. It just feels like the timing with those two is not where we all want it to be. And it's still early, and I think it will get there. But that to me is what I personally would love to see. Your thoughts on the passing attack on Saturday?
Yeah, I would say it seems like there's a distinction, right? When we look at practice, when we see the clips, when we hear the reports, you hear a lot of the ability to go out there and attack the deep parts, the intermediate parts of the field with Garrett Wilson, guys like Arian Smith, for example, out there. So I think it's happening with the Packers, much like what Aaron Glenn pointed out. When you go back and see a lot of the players were playing with a ton of depth, trying to nullify the fact that we can attack deep. So I think with Justin Fields and how he's approaching things, it's really just going to be dependent on what the defense is giving him. And he's not necessarily going to force the issue as if he was in a regular season game and they're targeting certain times to take his shots. But I'm in the same boat. I'd love to see them dial some stuff up. Garrett Wilson walking off with only one target wouldn't have been on my bucket list of a Packers game, for example. But we have Mason Taylor returning, so there's going to be a lot more threats to try to open up things this game.
Mason Taylor being out there, I think, is a great thing that you mentioned, because it doesn't feel like he has any limitations, right? I mean, high ankle sprain, he's out there 8 days later. He's making unbelievable catches that the Jets themselves are reposting on social media. What are your expectations, not even just in this game, assuming he plays, but have you bought into some of the hype that we're hearing around Taylor?
Yeah, I'm fully bought in, right? I think he has all the makings for sure of a number one tight end, which there's a lot of different ways to look at that. But I mean, just in the most simplest form, he's a guy that can go out there, pass block, run block. He can catch the ball, and he's going to be a red zone threat for you. And it's probably something we really haven't seen for many of us Jets fans since Dustin Keller, maybe. So, he kind of has the makings of someone in that same mold, and he feels like he can reset the record books based on what's been happening in practice. And I know we haven't been a team that's historically been great defending tight ends, but Quincy Williams and Jamin Sherwood have kind of been able to address a lot of those particular issues. So really excited about him being able to go out there and make plays. And I feel like almost every practice he's scoring a touchdown, which can't be just lightly swept under the rug.
Let's be real. They kind of need him to be a real player for them, because the depth behind him, not great.
Yeah, I'm actually one that doesn't think we'll see Jeremy Rucker stay on the team potentially this preseason, especially if Andrew Beck keeps doing what he was doing against the Packers.
I mean, Andrew Beck kind of feels like he is tight end too, even though he's a fullback, because he has a lot of experience at both spots. So I don't think it's crazy, right? If they're just looking for like a true blocking tight end so they could have either 12 or 13 personnel and a lot of looks with how often we think they want to run the ball, is it that hard to find someone that could block that gets released on waivers, before the year? Like, Rucker doesn't offer enough as a receiver that I think you're definitely keeping him. So I don't think you're off base with that. I think he's fighting for a spot.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think Stone Smart was coming in with better receiving numbers than Jeremy Rucker. So it doesn't speak great to the value he's going to offer there. And to be honest, it feels like he's one of the odd men out in terms of fitting this aggressive mentality that Aaron Glenn's creating on both sides of the ball, which is sad because he does offer a lot of athleticism. He does offer a lot of physical attributes that you really like to see get developed up. But at this point, you could probably throw him in the same vein as like Zach Kuntz, as a guy that just hasn't been able to take the coaching and get things figured out.
Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Jets content creator DKB making his debut on the show. Everyone go and subscribe to his channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit that red subscribe button on the right-hand side. As always, we're presented today by my friends at FanDuel Sportsbook. You could bet on the Jets and the Giants. Jets are 3.5-point underdogs at FanDuel currently. So if you like the Jets and Glenn having them ready to roll on Saturday, you could take the Jets and any other bet you want over at FanDuel. Today's raffle giveaway is a big-time giveaway. How about a signed Joe Klecko jersey with, how about this, the Hall of Fame inscription? Oh, didn't mean to do that. Meant to do this. The Hall of Fame inscription on the jersey. So Joe Klecko, Hall of Fame class 2023. That signed jersey could be yours at the end of the stream if you enter our daily raffle. And if you don't win, Monday, you got a chance to win a signed Darrell Rivas jersey, a signed Nick Mango jersey, and a signed Wayne Corbett helmet. So gift memberships for your chance to win any of those prizes, including the daily prize at the end of the stream. As far as Justin Fields goes, DK, what are your expectations for him this season? What did you make of his first game, first drive last week in the preseason? Break down your feeling on the Jet quarterback for 2025.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see a drastic change from what we saw with the Bears, for example. I think the Steelers tried to reel it in maybe a little bit more, and even more weird stuff going on with rumors that he wasn't able to target certain players and such, like just weird oddities over there. To be honest, I've kind of backed off my feeling of what AG proposed in terms of letting him play quarterback. And I think a lot of us just assumed that meant we're going to turn him into a classic pocket passer, and then he'll use his legs as a last resort. At this point, he could run for 2,000 yards. I'll be just as happy as if he cleared 4,000 through the air. And if it's getting us wins, I'm not necessarily mad about how it happens for us. I think we have seen some improvements just looking at what he's done from his early days with the Bears to us. But it does feel like he's still going to be using his legs a heavy amount. And that's just truth with how our weapons are set up, how he's still going to be getting acclimated to the scheme and everything. So I would say still expect a ton of usage out of his legs, expect a couple deep shots per game, which also will be a huge change from what we've seen under Hackett. And probably expect some standout performances here and there, whether it's on the positive or negative side, right? I can see some days where maybe he starts out, 1 of 7 or something crazy like that, but then ends up having a spectacular day on the ground. And we just kind of skate by and grind out some of those, 23-20 type games. So we'll see. But I think with what this staff has shown so far, they have a commitment to him. He's shown some progress over the course of camp, even if he's hit a few rough bumps. And overall, I think Engstrand kind of has a pulse on how to utilize him. We'll just see how much he takes to being able to execute the scheme well enough.
Phantom Green and White is the first listener to enter today's Asmaniac raffle. Hit the Jet chant. Rasta Dread says, put me in the raffle. Rasta, you just put yourself in the raffle for 2 with a $10 super chat. Supporting the channel. I think what feels the biggest question is obviously his ability to take a step forward as a passer, even if they're going to be a run-based offense, which makes sense, but also the coaching. Like, I was very impressed with what I saw from Tanner Engstrand in his first game as a play caller last week. Hopefully he's the real deal and we found the next great offensive mind, because if he's awesome in his job, you could design a real offense that features what Fields already does well. And obviously the personnel for the Jets lends itself to be a really effective running team. So if you have the coaching, I think you can win games with Justin Fields. I don't know if he's your franchise quarterback, but at least we could have a season where it doesn't feel like it's over after just 4 games.
Yeah, I don't. A lot of people are souring on if Justin Fields does turn back into more of this running style quarterback. But in a world where we've seen Tim Tebow go out there and win games with a great defense behind him and just the cast supporting what he's doing, you can make it work with Justin Fields.
Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Purchase your watch party ticket with the link in the description, and we'll see you Saturday at T Squared Social. Your thoughts on this defense, DKB? I think the defense is very underrated nationally. I look at Steve Wilkes being the coach and Glenn being a defensive guy, and just the talent that is still here. I think the defense will have a big-time bounce-back level season. Are you as optimistic as I am on the Jet defense? Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm still very high. I think it's going to look different because I think our coaching expertise is more built for the back end and the secondary specifically. But we still have all the pieces that we've loved and we were excited about in the front 7. Jermaine Johnson returning. The way he sounds gets me excited, even though we haven't seen him on the field. You still have Quinnen back there. Will McDonald's coming on really, really strong this training camp. So you have the pieces. I've seen some of the same articles you probably have with PFF, like not having Jamie and Quincy ranked in, their top 10 and having some of our guys fall off. But ultimately, this is a staff that seems like it's going to be able to make the most of the talent that it has available. And we should look like probably a top 12 defense.
I think that's fair because I do think Sauce Gardner is due for a big time positive bounce back year. Quincy, Sherwood another year, McDonald year 3, Jermaine being back, Carter being healthy. Stevens has had a really good camp. Like you go through it, they have a lot of really good players on that side of the ball that I feel like nationally aren't being discussed.
Yeah, a lot of it, I think, is just souring, right? We picked up guys like Stevens last year, Cisco, who had down years, and we know it's a "what have you done for me now lately" kind of league. So you look at Sauce Gardner, Stevens, you look at Cisco in the secondary, Quinnen having a down year. Realistically, out of a lot of the starters on defense, Will McDonald, maybe Quincy and Jamian are like the up candidates. Or stock up guys, if you will, and everybody else is looking to kind of return to that level of consistency. So I'm not upset at the national media. I mean, the Jets team has generally been a joke for a number of years now, so it's more of a prove it and then we'll believe it type deal. But for the teams that aren't looking at the tape, they're going to be rudely awakened. I would imagine much like the Packers were in their preseason game with just how much more aggressive we're going to be this year.
Which players, beyond some of the obvious ones we've mentioned, have piqued your interest the most this training camp so far?
Yeah, so Eric Watts was a guy that I really liked last year, and he's had a few standout camps in the last 2 to 3 weeks, which is going to be the most important, right? Pads being on and everything. But he was also one of our better run defenders out of the UDFAs and defensive line at large that we picked up last year. Jamin Davis is one that's been coming on. I know McCrary Ball is on the depth chart as a starter ahead of him, but he seems like he's not making the same kind of mistakes that McCrary Ball is making when it comes to the penalties. And as a former first rounder, he's exactly the kind of guy that you root for to be able to bounce back. He still offers the same athleticism and stuff that he had. And then in the back end, I've still been a huge fan of Tony Adams. I think he might end up losing that job to Malachi Moore, but he's still a fantastic depth piece and someone that could make leaps and bounds over the course of the season as well for me. So I look at those three guys on the defense. Offensively, there's some intriguing guys there too, but I think we still need the preseason game to see those things shake out. So
do you think when it comes to Tony Adams and when it comes to the secondary with Cisco and Stevens and, of course, Malachi Moore, do you think the Jets secondary is better overall than it was last year? How would you compare?
Yeah, it's not drastically different, right? I think on paper, DJ Reed and Brandon Stevens, that's a clear downgrade. There's the potential for him to do better just because he's more of a physical match than what DJ Reed would have been, but he just played the position better. You can make the argument that Reed was better than Sauce last year in many categories when you look at it. But I think the totality of the talent that we brought in means that we should achieve higher heights than what we saw last year. So I'm definitely a stock-up guy on the secondary as a whole. And if anybody was going to be able to see leaps and bounds for a safety play, in addition to the cornerbacks, it's going to be this coaching staff that Aaron Glenn assembled with Dre Bly and Cliff Harris and the such back there. So
your thoughts on Aaron Glenn so far, DK? It's early. He's still in that honeymoon phase. Has he been impressive in your opinion? Just your overall thoughts on the coach halfway through, his first training camp on the job here.
Yeah, I think it's been thoroughly impressive, right? There's been very few missteps, if any. I think the only one that really comes to mind was maybe him overly downplaying Tyrod Taylor's injury. And I think there was a calculated risk there. Maybe they assumed he was going to respond to rehab a little bit better. And then when that didn't work, ultimately they realized they were going to have to go down the surgery route. But he's been extremely confident. I think his vision has been clear, it's been consistent over a number of repeated questions from the Jets media. And ultimately, the team Philly Fulls bought in, right? When you can flip and turn around Garrett Wilson, when you still have Breece Hall speaking highly and feeling like he's bought into what's going to be the running scheme, when you have the offensive line looking as good as it's been in over a decade in pretty short order. And I know there's been a ton of holdover talent here, but there's a lot of things that could have worked against him. Having a new OC that's a rookie, having Steve Wilks, who's kind of had an up and down career depending on when and where you look. I think he's done a fantastic job from assembling the staff to working with Muji to even getting some early returns on the UDFA class that he picked up, the draft class as a whole. We can't forget a lot of these guys outside of the first 3 picks we were down on, or at least the national media was. And we've heard strong camps from a lot of these players. So at this point, I don't know if Aaron Glenn could do anything wrong other than maybe continuing to chastise the media. But other than that, I think it's all been in good fun. And, we'll see what happens once the losses start racking up and how he responds to some of those. But I think there's not a ton of question marks that are really out there just yet outside of that.
Big shout out to listener Winston Grant, who just purchased 2 tickets for our watch party on Saturday for the Jets and the Giants. Winston, looking forward to seeing you there. Be like Winston and lock in your spot now, and I'll give you a shout out on the show in real time. Some super chats here that have come through the pipeline. This one is from Dixon, who says, are we getting the next best of the Jake Asman show? That is a Gator McCluskey question, Dixon. That is up to Gator to decide. Asman checks in with an Asmaniac super chat. 23 months. Brother Jake, August 6, 2019, my son was born. This past August 11th, a new member of the Abad Valdez and Asmaniac family was born, Alina Marie. How about that, Asman? Congratulations. Love that. Congrats to you and your family. Hope everyone's doing well. And keep us posted. That's awesome. Me now with a super chat. He cuts the line. Aaron Glenn is not only focusing on the defense. Yesterday, he was with the offense. He seems to be coaching every part, not just the defense. Some coaches say they're coaching every part, and it doesn't feel genuine, like with Salah. He was a defensive guy. It felt that way. Glenn truly does feel like he has his influence in all 3 units, at least so far.
Yeah, I think that's a good call out. Every report that I saw was mentioning that Aaron Glenn and himself in the press conference as well was mainly with the offense, so much so to where he couldn't even answer some of the simple defensive questions. And I think that's a huge positive. Exactly to your point. It's been overstated that this is another defensive coach hiring. He's not going to have much of a hand in the offense. And I think he's showing that he can go out there and not just speak to the guys and say hello and wave in the meeting rooms, but he can go out there and dictate what he wants to happen on the offense. I think you see it in the training or the Proving Grounds video that the New York Jets team just released. And you've heard it from a ton of the players about how he's going over there and he's giving immediate feedback on what's happening in these reps or what's going on as they look to continue to install N-String's scheme here.
Ladies and gentlemen, another raffle entry has come through the pipeline. For those tuning in late, I think this is one of the best giveaways we've ever done for a daily giveaway. Signed Hall of Fame jersey by the great Joe Klecko. T-Town Jet enters the raffle for 1. Thank you to T-Town. The big thing with Glenn, and you alluded to it, I don't mind how he is with the media because I think it's very authentic. I think that's him. You can't be combative, though, at when the losses start to pile up. You know what I mean? There's got to be a different tone because while we like it now, I know how this fan base will react. You're not going to want to hear Aaron Glenn be combative with a reporter after the Jets have a devastating loss. The narrative will be he cares more about the questions than he does losing. Like, you don't want to go down that road. It's why I think just big picture, getting off to a good start, having a signature win early. You got a great chance to do it week 1 with Aaron Rodgers coming to town. That to me would be huge for this regime and just keeping the team bought into what Glenn clearly is selling them that they are bought into right now.
Yeah, I think it's just Aaron Glenn, right? And it's part of I'm from the East Coast. It's just kind of a mentality thing where even if it's not meant to be that way, I think things can come off a bit aggressive, but ultimately, I think even when you look at the press conferences and there is a little bit of that back and forth where he's shutting down some of these comments for things he either has addressed already or he just doesn't want to invest a ton of time into. Everything is about the players, is about the development and the path for the team. And so it feels like if he sees anything straying away from that, that's when you normally see him shut things down. Again, the beat reporters are probably going to take their shots and some of these articles will be a bit vicious. When inevitably we do, I don't think we're going to go out here and see an undefeated team, right? So we'll see how he responds, but I honestly don't expect that there's going to be a ton of changes in response from him even after some of these losses. It'll more so defer back to we need to coach, we need to get it corrected, and that'll be the plan for next game.
Ladies and gentlemen, How about this? A 10 spot from Mike Dems, the first of its kind today. Hit it.
Now, give me money. Or I shoot him. And I shoot all you motherfuckers. And then we take it. Your choice, bitches.
Mike, now the leader in the clubhouse for a chance to win a signed Joe Klecko Hall of Fame inscription jersey at the end of the stream. Derek the Cop, The Jordo Show, Sushi Dave, Connor Long, Norm Go Jet Yourself, Ray Perez, James Caffiero, Cat Eat Food, Rick Hayen, Matthew Smith, all receiving channel memberships there from Mike Dems. Mike, good luck in the upcoming raffle. All right. Open phone lines for those of you who want to join the show and say hello to first-time guest on this program, DKB. Gator McCluskey with a great comment about DKB. He goes, DKBX is one of the smartest guys out here talking Jets. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, LFG, he drops early morning videos. They go into depth in the latest from our team. Tell you what, I'll make it easier for everyone in the chat right now. Here's the link to his channel so you guys can subscribe because I think DKB does a really good job. Mike Perez with a super chat. It's crazy what bad of an organization we've been through our history, yet we have so many good content creators. The world won't be ready once we start winning. Man, I don't know how you feel, DKB, but I've said this a lot on my show. Like, the Jets don't deserve how loyal the fan base is. Like, the fact that this fan base is still this passionate, there's 15 Jet YouTubers, maybe even more, that do really good content every day talking about this team, and they have the longest playoff drought in professional sports. It really is amazing when you take a step back and think about it.
Yeah, it's been insane. Not only do I know, like you, Boyd Green, a ton of others, they organize a bunch of these events to go out there and actually still show up and support the games. But I've watched a ton of content myself before even diving into this world. And I feel like sometimes we offer more creative or direct solutions to what's going on with the team than even the team has had in years past. So it's always great. And I feel like every day there's probably like a dozen more of us that pop up and try to start the journey. So definitely time to jump on the bandwagon now before Aaron Glenn starts turning us into a consistent winner.
Did we lose you there, DKB? Your mic might have been disconnected. Check 1, 2.
Am I good now?
I don't hear you. Do you hear me?
Hold on. Yeah, I can hear you. One sec.
Uh-oh. We'll get them back up and running. Also, ignore the link I posted in my effort to try and promote DKB. I clicked on the wrong YouTube channel, so I will find that and put the right one in. So,
can you hear me now?
Oh, you guys hear him, you're saying? Then why can't I hear myself? Hold on. We're having issues. I don't know what the problem is. Let's see. Testing. How about now, DKB? Do you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I still hear you. Can you hear me?
God. We tried a new browser today, and that's why I'm having some tech issues here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 22 seconds, play myself on Good Morning Football, and see if I can get this fixed in that time. Stand by.
I love the fact that you were loyal to the Good Morning Football brand. All these other guys, they're leaving.
Who are we talking about?
I don't want to name names, but Peter Schrager.
Now that we have that out of the way, who wins more games this year, Jets or Giants?
The Jets. Come on. Jets. And I'm a huge Kyle Brand fan. Team Kyle Brand, is that allowed?
Yeah, it's allowed. This is New York.
Breakfast and Kyle Brand. Is there anything better? Come on, people.
I love this guy.
Okay. Now, clearly, my camera was knocked to my laptop one. Let me switch that. God, I hate tech issues. Do you hear me, DKB?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear
God,
me?
I can't hear. This is unreal.
No.
All right,
Okay.
hold on. I am going to do a quick reset here. So, DKB, let me play something so you don't have to talk by yourself. Stand by, people. Need about 30 seconds to figure out what the hell is happening here because this is an unmitigated disaster, and I hate everyone involved with how awful StreamYard is. Our first watch party of the year, the Jets and the Giants. We're headed back to T Squared Social, August 16th. It is a 7 p.m. kickoff. 6:30, the party will start. Tickets are just $18. It includes one Friday beer, one green tea shot, and a raffle ticket. We'll do a Jets merch and Jets ticket raffle at halftime of the game. When you get a ticket, you get 5 tickets in our weekly raffle whenever you do it. So lock in your spot. The more people that buy tickets, the more revenue we have to make the raffle at halftime as epic as possible. August 16th. Let's go, baby. Jets, Giants, Jets backups versus Jackson Dart. What's better than that? Testing 1, 2. Do you hear me, KB?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
great.
Okay.
Now I can hear you. I guess people could hear me, but I couldn't hear them. I don't know. It's always something, man. We've tried everything. I actually have a new computer coming today. It actually arrived. We're switching things over from a laptop to a full-on desktop setup now. So I spent copious amounts of cash on this ahead of the season. So I'm hoping things tech-wise start to get a little better. Appreciate everyone bearing with us. Kyle Clifton's got a super chat here. He says, in for Klecko, the big man is dual. DKB is an excellent guest. I think we moved off DJ Reed at the right time. Things have to click, and we obviously need health, but the defense can be really good. I'm actually very confident in the defense returning to form. I think they can be a top 10 unit, if not better, injury withstanding. I am curious to see just how often they blitz, because I think, Kyle, we're going to see a lot more blitzing than anything we're used to. Safety blitzes, linebacker blitzes. So I'm very excited about what a Glenn Wilkes defense looks like, DKB. Give me your breakdown on some of the schemes and the blitzing and what you personally expect.
Yeah, I've been curious about this for a while because Steve Wilkes and Aaron Glenn, not necessarily cut from the same cloth, but they have the same mentality when it comes to blitzing. And we've seen and or heard Jamie Sherwood and Quincy Williams both having a significant role in being able to go out there and rush the passer, try to make a couple extra plays. And to be honest, that might be the only thing that's really missing. A few more takeaways, and or picking up a few more sacks to really set them apart as, top tier within their position group. But I think we know what the three essentially will look like. It'll be a combination of Quincy, Sherwood, and then it'll probably be someone like Andre Cisco, who we've seen sneak in there a bit as some of the top blitzers coming from the back seven.
Comments, questions, super chats, they cut the line. We're presented today by my friends at Circa. See the hat I'm wearing? I'll be in Vegas 1 week from today. I'm going to be there. Ultimate Contest weekend is upon us. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're coming to Vegas next week, get ready to party. They got the cocktail party, meet and greet included, the Stadium Swim open bar, all the football panels. Plus, I'll be doing the show from the Radio Row setup and signing up for the contest out there, the Circa Million Pro Football Contest and the Circa Survivor. $21 million in guaranteed prizes is on the line. And just in general, Circa's the greatest place to be. Largest indoor and outdoor sports book. So plan your trip to Vegas. Stay at Circa when you're there. It is truly sports fan heaven. And shout out to Derek and Mike Palm for making this weekend a reality coming up for all of us starting next week. All right. Got some super chats I want to continue to read as they come in. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We will get to your calls coming up, so load them up. Let's kind of get into one final discussion element for this game Saturday. Who do you believe, DKB, has the most to gain from a good performance in this game Saturday?
It's tough. I'm going to side with the Jets just because I'm getting green through and through. Having a new regime, I think, will do a lot of that for you too. But on the flip side, we can't forget Dable and Scone over there. They are on the hot seat, right? This is pretty much the make or break year for them. They have to make something happen. And as far as I understand it so far, they haven't necessarily had the best training camp or OTAs. So if they win, it does go a long way to buying them some grace and not getting canned in season. But for the New York Jets, I just think it'll be more important for us. This is still a rebuild year, as much as Aaron Glenn has tried to stray away from that, but it'll do a lot of justice for us if we can start things off on the right foot and kind of open up at least the beginnings of a playoff window for us, hopefully going into year two.
I have posted the correct link for DKB now in the chat, so ignore the first one and look at the last two links that I posted and support a fellow Jet content creator, Jules. He is supporting us all. He has gifted not one, not two. How about a 5-spot of channel memberships?
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
If you hear your name, Jules made you a channel member, and he entered our Joe Klecko signed jersey raffle at the end of the show for 5 by gifting 5 memberships. Ernie, Sean, King Blaze, Mac, KOIX, Ruben Rivera, all receiving a gifted membership. Let's see. This comment I wanted to address is from Ricky, who says, we have a real coach. I think it's fair to expect more. If you believe the coaching is going to be superb, the talent is there for this team to win 9 or 10 games. I've said that from the beginning.
100%. Yeah, I think 8 wins should be the floor. If you believe that we at least have the talent to pull off the scheme, maybe there's ability to overachieve there, and I think that's where you get to 9 and 10 wins. But there's no reason why realistically we shouldn't be able to. I guess you can't break even anymore, but 9 and 7 should realistically be a target for us.
Yeah, I don't see why not. There's enough talent on this team for them to be able to do that. So I'm hopeful. I mean, the reason why not is Fields is not the guy that many think he can be in this scheme. Glenn's not as good of a coach as people are hyping him to be. Like to me, or just catastrophic injuries, which could happen to any team. You're just hoping and praying that if they got the coach right, we could have a fun year and feel good about the infrastructure of the team going forward. That to me would be a win in year one for Glenn. We feel like we have a real coach that we could build with going forward.
Yeah, we'd have to significantly underperform in a multitude of areas in my mind to not walk away with a successful season. And that doesn't necessarily mean we have to have a winning record. It would be nice. But even just being competitive in every game would be a far cry from what we've seen under Robert Saleh. And I think those two would actually be a pretty good indicator of how to compare these two. We can't forget Robert Saleh went, 4-12 or something like that in his first year. Defense looked atrocious. Offense wasn't great. Got LaFleur fired. So I'm kind of comparing it against other similar scenarios we've been in with these defensive-minded head coaches. But we also kind of have a good track record of new DC to head coach guys coming in that actually have a successful year one. So we'll see how we pieces it together.
Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Hit the like button if you are just tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Before we get to your calls, let me talk to you all about ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter is the go-to tool if you are looking to hire someone that is great for your business. Perhaps if you're looking to hire an Asmaniac, because we all know finding the right person to hire, it's tough. It can feel impossible. You get flooded with all the resumes, and you never get the right candidate you want with the exact skills or experience that you need. Not with ZipRecruiter. They're going to make it easy for you to discover great candidates and do it fast. You can try it for free right now. ZipRecruiter.com/audio. Their smart technology works for you. The moment you post a job, their matching system instantly begins showing you qualified candidates. So you're not wasting time sifting through the wrong resumes. And when you find people you like, you connect right away using ZipRecruiter's ready to send invite to apply message. It's a quick way to personally reach out and encourage them to apply sooner. So ditch the other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you find the needle in the haystack. 4 to 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free at the exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/audio. Again, ZipRecruiter.com/audio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. I don't know how familiar you are with my show, DKB, but there's a guy that regularly calls in from what he calls the global studio headquarters. And yesterday, we believe he broke his bed. He wrote earlier, this is Beastbreaker, of course, I just did solid construction on my bed. Now it's 100% steel. So let's find out if any of this is true or it's another beast lie. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Beast, you there?
Give me a second. I just watch my one guy making some chicken. You know who I'm watching? BS Catering and Entertainment. Oh, I love this guy. This guy's awesome. Shake, shake, shake. That's right. Shake, shake, shake. We're gonna cook up that chicken. Oh yeah. You know what type
How's
of
the
chicken?
bed, Beast? Tell us about the bed. Is it real?
And as of 8 a.m. this morning, I found some steel in my garage. You want to talk about good, solid steel? Good.
I can't
solid
see it
steel.
because you live in a dark hole. So put some lights on.
Dark hole. Wow. Wow. You know, not everyone's an asshole these days, ain't they? Well, if I was that one guy, Andrew Dice Clay, I'd be going, really?
Well, I muted you because I don't care what Andrew Dice Clay said. I want to simply say to you, Beast, I do a show that's on video, so we need to be able to see what you're showing off. Understand?
Very smart.
Yes. All right. Now, what we need to see right now, Beast, is you to test out the bed that you claim once again that it is 100% solid steel. So move your mic that's not even plugged in because it serves no purpose. and let's see you do a Garrett Wilson catch so
Hey,
DKP can properly evaluate.
Now I'm not gonna ruin my hair because I just took my shower nicely. Nah, we gotta do something a little different. Up to the line three, up to the line three. You better look at yeah, 35, 35. Get ready, 318, set, ready, get ready, 318, set. Yeah.
Looks like solid steel to me. Hey, spike the football.
Ow! That's how you do it.
All right, you survived your first beast call, DKB. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I love it. I'll leave it at that.
All right. Phantom Green and White with a super chat. I think our Jets will be scrappy / physical overachieving team that no one wants to play. 9-8, and I'll cry tears of joy. 9-8 would be just a feeling none of us know. I mean, it's been a decade. We haven't seen a winning season in a decade. It's crazy, man. 8 wins would be more than we've seen in a decade. So I do think 9-8 is possible, but I think it's more on the best case scenario. I don't know if you said you think the floor is 8, so I think you're a little more bullish than I am, but 9-8 is not impossible. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I think, and it's more so on the basis that I strongly feel there's a couple games that we can steal. I think we'll improve a little bit in the AFC East division. But yeah, I mean, if you told me anywhere between like 6 to 8 is probably like the realm of truly realistic, chances for us, it will make a ton of sense to me. I just don't think it'll be a complete disaster, right? I think even the other 8, 9, 10 losses, whatever it looks like, there'll probably be situations ideally where we're going down to the wire and we just couldn't pull it off. Justin Fields couldn't make a miracle happen, something of that nature. But of course, we don't know, right? As far as I know, I'm still a fairly young Jets fan, right? I haven't actually seen great football a ton. Fitzmagic was probably the last great time. And then before that, it was Chad Pennington, and I was still pretty young. So
what about Sanchez? You don't remember the Rex years?
I do, but was Sanchez really ever like a great guy? I think he made the most of the talent that was around him, and Rex kind of saved him.
He was never a great quarterback, but those teams were good. I'm saying, like, we actually enjoyed, 4 road playoff wins in 2 years.
It was good football, but it was good football for what I love, which is great defense and like a strong rushing attack. Quarterback play, still don't really know what that should look like from a Jets perspective.
No, maybe one day. All right, one last call with DKB, and then he has to run. Ladies and gentlemen, we gave him an introduction to the show with a beast call. How about a Bobby call to top things off?
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course.
Yes, Bob? Bob, you're on the air. Hello, Bob. Bob?
More audio?
Bob? We can't hear you, Bob. You're disappointing our guest, Bob. You're making me look bad, Bob. Bobby. We can't hear you. Bobby. We'll see you later.
Well, I'm getting really freaking pissed. I thought I saw Gary's pretty wife. I need to get some sleep. I'm busy.
Some are saying that might have been his best call in a while. Some are saying that. I'm not saying I am, but God. All right, DKB, you're the man. Appreciate you hopping on early. I know you're out on the West Coast, so awesome to get you on the show. Continued success, man. I mean, Gator was right. You know your stuff.
I appreciate the support. Again, the opportunity to jump onto the show. Keep growing, guys. Keep supporting it. Love seeing all the subs and stuff that were given today for them. It's a great show,
ladies and gentlemen. DKB. All right, you guys just saw what I was dealing with there. I had either Beast or Bobby to go to. This show is ending if people don't start calling in, because quite frankly, I don't know if I can handle more Beast today. All right, I'm worried about his steel bed. Is it real? Is it actually fixed? I don't know. Now, Bobby's giving me the flailing arms like he thinks he figured it out. So we'll try this one last time, and then hopefully more people will call in and actually want to talk about the New York Jets.
Well, I've grown to love my buddy Allen, but Southwest has to go. I threw him off my show. I'm Bobby.
We cannot hear you, Bob. You have what's called Mikey Midnight Syndrome, where we could see you, but we can't hear you. So I'm going to play you out the only way that seems fitting.
Hello, I'm Mikey. I'm Bobby's little bro. Have you seen Jake Graves? She's so beautiful. I love my boy Jake, but not in a gay way. I am so happy. I'm not going to touch anything, I promise.
All right, here's what we're going to do. You earn a raffle ticket for the rest of the show if you call in and keep the show going. We're playing for this at the end of the show today. A signed Hall of Fame inscription Joe Klecko jersey. Here we go. Back to your calls. Fly By Night is called in. What's up, Fly By Night? Long time no talk.
Hey, Jake. How you doing?
What's up, man? How are you?
Oh, great. Loving the life. Loving it. Love what I got to see on Saturday, man. It was a great game. I think that the biggest takeaway you could get from it was that, just like Glenn said, coaching. It's just different. The guys were playing hard from the second the whistle blew to even before it. I mean, we had an offsides, we had an encroachment before the game even started. And then that guy turns around to Pele and has an insane game. So, you saw him do what he had to do as a coach, tear into the guys actively. We haven't seen that since, what was the last time we saw a coach hold someone accountable? I don't even know if Rex did it.
No, I mean, it was good to see. And by the way, with Tufili or Telefe, where I'm still confused exactly what the proper pronunciation is, but he had a really good 2 days at the joint practice too. So they might have something here. He's not going to play like Aaron Donald every week, but if he's an average defensive tackle next to Quinnen, that's all they need with the rest of that D-line.
Exactly. That D-line is with Quinnen in it. I mean, they didn't have Quinnen in it this entire preseason game, and it looked like they didn't need him for this game at all. Even if it was first teams the whole time through, it felt like the defensive line without Quinnen was still pushing hard. They were filling their gaps. They didn't get out of line. I mean, the sack when Love ran forward, I mean, he could have taken off, but he got scared by the two defensive linemen just popping out of nowhere. And he's like, he could have ran for another 5, probably got the first down if he kept his calm. But these guys, they kept in their places. Their spaces were filled. And that was a lot of a good showing of discipline during the play by a lot of the people that I thought, have a higher chance of making the 53. Those 2 15 yards that we got back to back. I don't know if either of those guys really were guys I was looking at making the 53 roster to start with. And it's like, I mean, maybe like, cornerback 6, if they're going to keep 6, why would you? Anyways, I just think that we really had a good showing. The practices were good. I hope everything, I haven't heard about with Sauce Gardner, if his injury is that bad or anything, but
calf soreness, he's getting some more testing. See you week 1, Sauce. That's what I would do.
That's fine. Put him on wrapper. We don't need to see any more of him. His 2 pass breakups showed he's back in his A form. He's locked in. We can see it. He's locked in. That's all we need. And I just hope really that we get to see more in game of the development of Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson. I know they already have chemistry from time before, but that missed pass, it wasn't really. I hear a lot of people talking about it. I don't think it's as big a deal. It's 1 pass in 1 game, that first drive. Like, yeah, he threw it 2 outside. They'll get on each other's foot, but I want to see it. I want to see it in game, not just in practices. And I think if we get that going, with this rushing attack, we have a real chance. Like you said, 9-8. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. I think that's a fair ceiling, or just under ceiling. I think 10 wins is the real ceiling if they have a magical year. But 9-8, I think, is possible if the cards lie right and the coaching stays consistent.
So you are more bullish than you were so far, based on what you've seen in camp. It sounds like so. You've been satisfied and even impressed, Fly By Night, with what you have seen in camp.
Yeah, for sure. I think the last time I gave an estimate on the show, I said 7. 7 wins was probably the most I saw of the team. But I also said then, like, hey, we got to see what these guys can actually do, and we have no idea what the offensive coordinator's even like. Seeing what he did, even with the third teams and the second team, like the way that they did motions, and they just made it easier on the quarterback to identify the defense he was facing so that he could make the right plays. I mean, you see the start of of a true foundation for something that could build into a real winner. I don't know if it's this year, but maybe, but next year, when the guys who come back after this year already know, and we just have to do that foundational with a few guys that we brought in, and the rest of the team getting to build even more and more. So I'm excited. I think the coaching showed out, and I really hope it continues to show out. And otherwise, that's it for me, JK. I hope you have a wonderful one. And if you're going to the preseason, if you're going to the opener, I hope to see you there.
Fly by night, excellent call, and jump on that fire truck nearby if you have any time to do it. All right. Great call, man. Fly by night, check it in. Awesome. I don't think I'm going to be at week 1. You know what? I can make the announcement on social media later. I'll do it right here on the show. I have some exciting news I'll share with you guys. I'll have more info and more details when we get a little closer. But I've been holding on to something for a while that now has been publicly announced on ESPN New York, so I could say it publicly on this show. Starting week 1, September 7th, right? 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on ESPN New York, I will be hosting a weekly show with Mike Tannenbaum. It will be Mike Tannenbaum and myself. We will preview the Jets and the Giants and the rest of the NFL slate every Sunday for the entire NFL season. So that will start week 1. So it's going to limit my ability to go to a lot of the games besides Tampa, which I took off for, and Carolina, which I took off for, because those are the Asmaniac dates, baby. So I'm still going to Tampa, still doing the Carolina game, but unfortunately, I'm not going to London this year because of that. I couldn't take off again, and it's because I want to do the show, obviously, but it's a huge deal. First, official time slot, consistent time slot every week on the station that I've been doing shows for on a part-time basis for, basically the 2 years, but really into hyperdrive, I would say, in the last year. So me and Mike Tannenbaum, who's been on this show as a guest many times and I have a good relationship with, he's my co-host. We're going to be live every Sunday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So I'll have a social graphic. We're going to have some big guests, I'd imagine, that are going to join us every week. But if you want pregame coverage of the Jets and the entire NFL slate, to me and a former 2-time NFL GM, a GM, by the way, with a winning record with the Jets, we're going to be together rocking and rolling on ESPN New York every Sunday morning. So that's why when I get off at 12, could I go to week 1? I probably could. The station's in Soho. MetLife is not that far away, but I don't want to miss any of the first quarter. And there's a chance I'd be a little late. I can't even tailgate. So I don't think I'm going to go to week 1, but I have good reason. I'll be doing a weekly radio show with Tannenbaum. So that will start week 1. So I'm excited about that. I'll have more info when we get closer, but everyone keeps saying, "Are you going to week 1?" And it's like, I don't think so. Now, if someone has a suite ticket and they're like, "Just come in the suite," all right. You might be able to wet my beak a little bit for that, but I don't think so. Paul Taxter, he is in the Joe Klecko signed jersey raffle at the end of this stream for 5. Hell yeah. Let's go, Paul. Ryan McCarthy checks in. He once won a signed Sauce Gardner photo. He's trying to win a Klecko signed jersey. He is in the Asmaniac raffle now for 5.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
And last but certainly not least, with a name like this, how could you forget him? Turd Ferguson, 92. He enters the Asmaniac raffle for 5 as well. Oh, baby. Hit it.
Show me the money. Show me the money! Money.
All right. Good luck to everyone who just entered the raffle there. If you got a membership, thank Paul, thank Turd Ferguson, and of course, thank Ryan. We have more people on the line who want in on the conversation. Let's say hello to Rasta Dread, who joins us. What's up, Rasta?
What's going on, guys? What's going on? You can hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, Rasta. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Just some news from Miami. Dolphins fans, they seem pretty shook up this season. A lot of injuries on their end. Every time the Jets get brought up, they're like, guys, they are scared. I cannot wait for this season to show up because these Dolphins fans, bro, this new AG culture, man, I cannot wait, brother. We're gonna put the whooping on some Dolphins this week or this year. I cannot wait. I cannot wait, brother.
I think
How's
the
your day?
Dolphins are in for a rough year, man. I'm gonna check on FanDuel right now what their win total is set at. I don't like anything that's coming out of their camp. There's been like a lot of noise that is not good noise about the coach, about Tyreek Hill, some comments from Tua, Zach Wilson being their backup will never cease to amaze me. Like I am betting the under on the Dolphin win total, and I feel pretty convinced that the Jets. I don't know if they're going to be in second place in the division behind Buffalo, but I think they're going to finish in front of the Dolphins this year.
No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Yeah, if it's not injuries, it's basically new players that they're trying to get worked into their playbook and get worked out. So there's going to be a lot of new players. And the one player that I'm very, very excited for that particular game is going to be Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is going to go crazy on the Dolphins secondary. And there's literally no one on their team that can contain him. And the only saving grace that the Dolphins have right now is Minkah Fitzpatrick, and he's sitting back there playing free safety. So if you could scheme away, that's going to be my prediction for this year. Garrett Wilson will have his greatest game against the Dolphins this year. Trust me when I say he is going to rip them to shreds. I truly believe that. But that's all I got, Jake, man. You have a good one, brother.
Rasta, I appreciate you. The Dolphins right now at FanDuel. You can make this bet because I think I'm going to make it right here on the air. The Dolphins right now under 7.5 wins is minus 110, which is essentially, even. Right? Minus 110 is a pretty standard line. Over 7.5, minus 110, under 7.5. So their win total is right around there. I think they win less than 8 games. So I would bet the under at minus 110 on FanDuel. I'm doing it right now. The bet is officially in. I don't believe them. They have other bets too. If you really think the Dolphins are going to suck, at FanDuel right now, you could take, how about under 5.5 wins, plus 270 if you think they're going to be like just terrible. Under 4.5, plus 500, which means if you bet $100 that they're going to win less than 5 games, you can win $500. Depends how bad you think they're going to be. Look, if the Jets want to be a serious team this year, they got to potentially sweep Miami, including the first game that's in their building on Monday Night Football in Week 4. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to more of your calls right now. We're standing by is the great Kyle Clifton.
My wife was standing outside the door when you mentioned me as the great Kyle Clifton. She started shaking her head. I don't know that she agrees.
Mrs. Clifton, not a fan, apparently.
No. DKB, great guest. I think that the secondary is going to be very interesting this year. I don't necessarily agree that DJ Reed was great last year. I think you and I both think that he kind of quit on the team a little bit, and he wasn't as consistent as he was in the first few years of his deal. I'm interested to see whether AZ or Brandon can kind of step up and be the guy, the number 2 corner. And then, I don't think we can do any worse than at the safety position. I think we've kind of proven it out that Tony Adams is a depth piece, right? Like, give somebody else another chance to start at safety there. And, at least Cisco's, done some stuff in this league. He had a down year last year. He's got a prove-it deal. Let's see what they got. I think turning over the safety room was a no-brainer for Glenn and Muji, and that's one of the first things that they seem to have done. And I think it's going to have a positive impact because I think they're going out and getting guys that are going to fit their style. That's all I had. I'm running a little bit low on juice, but I'll shut up and listen, as they say.
Kyle, excellent points. And tell your wife that you are the great Kyle Clifton.
I appreciate that, Jay.
A lot of people saying Kyle looks like an angel, too, with the lighting in there. For Kent, angel or ghost? Nick Sean, the ray of light is amazing. AD says, who's keeping track of all the inside/outside stats? AD, you got to get on my Discord, man. You want to see who's keeping track of it? A madman that we know in this community as Boomtown is all over it. How does he do it? I don't know. But Boomtown able to keep track of every single relevant thing that happens. It's truly amazing. He's one of the greats. Nick Shine says it makes it look like a fake background is actually shining down on him. Turd Ferguson, I didn't know Ashton Davis was on the Finns, but he gets hurt now anyways. Ashton Davis is Mr. Week 18. The last 2 years, he's had what, like 4 total interceptions or fumble recoveries? Asman says, woo, let's go, brother. Congrats. Thank you. Appreciate it, Asman. Looking forward to it. But I think the great part about the show is, since I'm off air at 12, gives me plenty of time to get to a watch party if we do one that day, or gives me plenty of time to get back to my apartment and watch the game at 1 o'clock, because most of the Jet games this year, we're back in our rightful spot of 1 p.m. So I am, and I'm excited. Should be a lot of fun. The Jets suck, though. Mike's going to hear about it. Like, if Aaron Glenn's awful, I'm going to blame Mike because he hired him. So get ready for that, Mike. I'm gonna be tough to work with. Let's say hello to Quill, who's up next on the show. What's up, Quill?
Hi, Jake. I'm a huge fan. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you loud and clear. What's going on?
All right, good.
First time caller?
Yeah. This is my first time using StreamYard too, so you can tell how that experience went.
Oh, believe me, I know the pain, man. Well, welcome aboard, man. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you. I'm actually a longtime fan, huge fan of the show. I commented yesterday. Thank you, Nate. I saw that in the chat. I commented yesterday. I've been a fan of yours since you were at like 7,000 subs. I'm 24 now. I've been watching you since I was like 19.
Wow, back, man. Long time. What took so long?
I catch a lot of your videos like after the fact. I watch you a lot at work throughout many jobs that I've had. Work at a farm right now, so I download your videos the night before and I watch them the next day. So
wow, that's awesome, man! Thank you so much for being such a long time supporter.
Watching this video Saturday, so I'll listen to myself call. Yeah, first time caller. No, a bunch of you guys in here actually. You guys are living a little universe in my head at work. So huge fan of Big Cho. I'm a coach too. I actually just started coaching last year. Not to pull a Neil here. I promise you I have Jets questions.
Take all the time you need, man. This is an awesome call.
Last year I started coaching soccer. Was my first year coaching 9-year-olds, youth soccer. We went 5-2-1. Went to the championship game. We lost. But I thought to myself, wow, now that's how you hit 5 wins.
I love it. That's awesome, man. So you said you work on a farm. Where are you based out of, though?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Wow. So what? How did you become a Jet fan?
Growing up, I lived in a family of Giants and Jets fans. I grew up with my older brother having a Revis poster on his wall. So I'm actually rocking the Sauce jersey. If you know, you know, parts unknown. That's how long of a fan I am. I have a Zach Wilson one, but it's in the closet. That one doesn't leave the closet anymore. But not really a question, but just my hope is that Aaron Glenn is the truth. I was a huge fan of Robert Saleh. I think he's a great guy, just like you did. But I really think Aaron Glenn is the guy who's going to take us to the promised land, which is the playoffs right now. But maybe not this year. I think it's going to be this year, if not next year. But I really think we're building the right pieces in place here.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
I wasn't a Justin Fields fan at first. He's made me a Justin Fields fan.
Look, there's talent with Fields. It's on the Jets coaching staff to harness that, because they're betting on Fields, which I don't think they're betting on him for the long term necessarily. But I mean, there was no competition. He's the guy. we believe in him. We love his personality. We're going to let him play quarterback. Like I've said a lot of things from the beginning that lend themselves to like being all in with this guy. And they better be right, because ultimately, if he's not the guy or he struggles this year, even if he's not great, but he's just not playable, they don't really have great options behind him, especially if Tyrod's already banged up now.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Tyrod. I respect his arm and I respect his years in the league, but I feel like he just gets hurt every year. I wouldn't want him under center. I just feel like it's a kind of a vase back there, but that's about it. That's all I have. I'm excited for this year. Aaron Glenn's brought me a lot of hope that I haven't had as a Jets fan much, but saw us go to the playoffs at 11 years old. So last
Brutal,
time,
man.
We'll be there soon. I believe it.
I hope so. Well, cool. Do me a favor, man. Send me an email with your t-shirt size and address. I want to send you an Asmaniac shirt for being such a long-time supporter of the show, and I put you in the raffle for 2 for being a first-time caller. So good luck.
So hopefully I get that Klecko jersey, and I'll send you my t-shirt size. I'll wear that on my next call.
You got it, my friend. Great job, and call back anytime, man. Welcome to the community officially after he called in. Awesome stuff there. Let's see. Fly by night with a super chat. This one says, secondary going to go crazy this year. Love how the defense is shaping up. Let's go Jets. Congrats, Jake. Have fun Sunday morning. Thank you. Hopefully you guys can tune in. You guys can call in. I mean, it's 4 hours every week previewing the Jets and the games. The first hour, I'm actually solo. Mike's joining me from 9 to noon. So 8 to 9 will just be me solo, which will be fun. And it's a great time slot, right? Think about how many people are going to games Sunday morning, whether you're a Jet or a Giant fan, driving to the stadium, or you're driving to the sports bar, you're watching the games. Maybe you're driving to an Asmaniac watch party we're doing that day. So you guys will hear a lot of me in that slot, which will be fun. Carlos is up next on our show. What's up, Carlos?
What's going on, Jake? How y'all doing?
What's up, Carlos?
Doing good. Listen, I wanted to call in. I dropped off the grandkids to school, and I wanted to call in.
I'm here. I'm just zooming in because you're so far away from the camera. Are you giving someone a haircut right now?
Yeah, I'm a barber by profession.
No way.
Yes, sir. But I wanted to call in because I wanted to talk quickly about that preseason game. I watched the first couple series, and I was just sitting there thinking as the Jets were driving, I said, man, if we leave with 3 points on this first drive, I'm going to be really upset because we're so used to seeing field goals and field goals and field goals and field goals. So to get that touchdown was a good it was a fresh of breath air to be able to see 7 on the scoreboard on that first drive. So it got me all excited, and I just hope we're not being set up to be let down. But we're hoping to have a great season this season.
Now, a couple questions for you, Carlos. Have you called the show before?
Yeah, I've called before. Last time I called, I was actually purchasing some milkshakes for my grandkids.
Okay. I vaguely remember this. That was a while ago. Now, did you tell your customer there that you were going to be calling in to a Jet show during his haircut?
No, I didn't. But then I told him, hey, we're about to be live on national YouTube TV. So
right. Tell him there's thousands of people watching him get his haircut right now. What's the guy's name? Jeff, what type of haircut are we getting from Carlos? Has he been your barber for a long time?
That's my one and only go-to guy, man.
Wow. All right. Strong praise. Now, where's the barbershop, Carlos? Plug your business.
I am located, it's called Redemption Cuts Barbershop, and I am located in Interlachen, Florida. It's a small town next to what's called Palaca, Florida, and in between Gainesville, Florida.
Wow.
From those Daytona listeners that are on call.
I love it. Hey, Florida's my 3rd most viewed state, so I'm sure we got some Asmaniacs in the area. That's awesome, Carlos. Well, I appreciate you calling in. I don't want to be rude to your client, though. I'm going to let you go, all right, so you can finish his haircut.
Yes, sir. You be good.
All right. Carlos, check it in. What a call. That's a first. A barber calling in mid-haircut. What a show. Colin, up next. What's up, Colin?
What's going on, Jake? How are we?
How are you, Colin?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Just out here taking a minute from work. Figured I'd call in because I heard, was that kid's name Quill?
Quill, yep.
Before. So I also work on a farm and coach. So I figured I would kind of tap in and, just throw my hand in here. And, I think that's probably the best lifestyle is working outside on the farm and then getting right off of work, going over and coaching and doing that stuff. I think it's the greatest. Not financially, it's not the greatest, but it is very fulfilling. So I think if he keeps with it, he'll find it's a nice path. So
I like it. What are the odds we have two people on the same show that are both coaches and farmers? Amazing.
Had to do it. So I was thinking about it too with Fields. I know that you've kind of mentioned you've seen him as a bridge quarterback. You hope to God he works out, but realistically, we do have to look beyond 1, possibly 2 years. So I'm just thinking. I haven't really looked. It's so far away, but I'm already thinking about it because I'm a big college football fan. College is coming up, so I'm just trying to get ahead of the games. See who's playing well, see who might potentially be somebody that the Jets would look at. Do you have any ideas or any thoughts just going on in your head on quarterbacks that we've already seen that might be coming back this year in college that we might potentially draft? And where do you think we would take a quarterback in round 1? And do you see this coaching staff potentially? I know we haven't seen really anything in Fields anyway, so it's kind of hard to answer. We could probably push this back, but do we try to get another mobile quarterback or do we go for a more traditional pocket passer? How do you see that playing out?
I think they'll go with the best player available at that spot if they're going quarterback. I don't think they're going to be we only want someone who's mobile or a pure pocket guy. I think they'll take whoever they believe is the best. There's a lot of top quarterbacks that are expected to be available in the draft this year, unlike last year. It's supposed to be a way better QB class. The biggest name to watch is obviously Arch Manning, but it already sounds like he's not coming out. In fact,
I don't think he is.
His grandpa already said he's staying at school, which makes sense. I don't think he's going to be coming out. But even without Arch Manning, forget him. Cade Klubnik from Clemson, Garrett Nussmeier from LSU. A lot of talk about Sam Levitt from Arizona State. Norris Sellers. I know Dylan Terraman likes him a lot from South Carolina.
See, that's where I'm nervous. Yeah. I mean, Norris Sellers looks like a dude, but I'm almost nervous that depending on what we see, do we get I think Lenora Sellers might be a little bit better than Anthony Richardson, but I don't want to fall into that Anthony Richardson trap where we look at the intangibles or look at the tangibles and see some guy that's just a freak athlete like Lenora Sellers and reach on him if he doesn't take those strides in the passing game necessarily. I mean, not that he's a bad passer, but so I just wanted to see what kind of names you threw out there. I know Lenora Sellers was probably going to be one, but I like Cade Klubnik too, but I think it would be nice to see Justin Fields have a really good year this year and see the trajectory going up. And then hopefully year 2, he starts with, a quarterback that we drafted underneath him, breed some more competition, and maybe Justin Fields kind of pushes through year 2. I don't think he's really going to be the transcendent quarterback we want year 1 necessarily, but, hopefully after 2 years.
We know how the opinions of everyone will be, out there on all this. I think the big thing is let's see where they're picking. Let's see how Fields plays. And I think they'll be aggressive for a quarterback, though. They're in the top 10. It's almost a lock. They're going quarterback. I think Fields would have to have them in playoff contention for them to be let's give them another year. And I think at that point, they still might draft someone just maybe not in round 1. So it's just too many unknowns. Yeah. So I'm just going to try and enjoy the season and root for Fields, and we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah. I definitely think, though, too, we definitely got to be looking at the D tackle spot. I think it'd be really nice to not have to look at quarterback right away. It'd be really nice because the D tackle draft that we just saw was really deep. This next one coming up does not look that deep unless a bunch of people come out and surprise us this year. So hopefully we can kind of get something there. And then wide receiver obviously is a big must after the season. Regardless, we kind of know how that's possibly going to go this year. But
that we do.
But also, do you think I should get a Beck jersey? I just ordered it. I got a Tippmann jersey. I'm wondering if I should just go 2 on offense because I have a bunch of defensive guys. I want to kind of level it out with offense. And do you think Beck is a smart move, or am I just, glazing him a little too much?
You want to get the jersey for the fullback after one preseason game? I'll tell you what, if you want to be the only one in the stadium wearing that, besides probably his friends or immediate family, that'd be pretty sick.
I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be huge. I think they already relied on him heavily in the one game. We'll see what happens on Saturday, but I think he's going to be a big part of it. Not like, the national media is not going to be talking about it, but I think a lot of us that are looking at things in the greater detail, I think he's going to have a nice, solid year for us. So I'm just
Andrew
curious
Beck.
if somebody can kind of talk me into it.
I love it. J-Boy had a good comment. Allen's the smartest move. Braylon Allen would be a good jersey to have.
I know. I thought Agent Zero looks cool. I like the 0 on the jersey, so I was thinking about that. I guess it would be between those two. So
I love it. Get the Beck jersey so I could say that I have such a diehard Jet fan that actually has an Andrew Beck jersey that regularly calls in.
Perfect. I'm sold on it.
I love it. Colin, great call, man. Awesome. Calls have been great today, and everyone's getting a raffle ticket that calls in because we were slow at the start of the show. Papa Jet is getting 5 raffle tickets. Why? Because he gifted 5 memberships. That's why.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Papa, thank you for supporting the channel. If you got a membership from Papa, make sure you thank him because he just made you a channel member, which is sick. All right, here we go. Back to your calls shortly. See with a super chat, though, he says, can we anticipate the starters again for a drive? I think they're going to play more than a drive. I think about a quarter is fair, maybe into the second quarter. Paul Taxter says, congrats, Jake. Can't wait for Sunday mornings. Thank you, Paul. Looking forward to you tuning in, and you're in the raffle for 2 more. Colin, who just called in, Colin W., 5 memberships. Hey, now, he's in the raffle for 5.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Colin, thank you very much for gifting memberships. By the way, these are the 5 from Papa, Lou Rodriguez, Luca Quinteri, Luca Lombardo, Stewie Uploads, all receiving a membership there. And these are the 5 from Colin, Captain Condor, Mach 1, Nicholas Rocca, Chris Daly, K-Jack, all receiving a channel membership there. If you tuned in late, it's a great giveaway. Signed Joe Klecko Hall of Fame inscription jersey. If you're an 80s Jet fan, this is calling your name. Like our next caller, Papa Jet. What's up, Papa?
Hey, Jake. How's it going?
What's up, Papa? How are you?
Good. Hey, you're raffling off Joe Klecko, so here I am.
I love it. I love it. Well, you just gave yourself another raffle ticket by calling in today, so well done.
That's going to be the one that wins it for me. But I actually don't have any Jet stuff, but the last few days I just been in and out, and I didn't catch a lot of live stuff, so I had to do replays. And I know it's old news now. It's probably 3 days ago, but you can put me in the group. I couldn't sacrifice little Joey. I can't do it.
Even for a Super Bowl.
He's not mine to sacrifice. And, I know Beast is a little rough around the edges, but it'd break his heart. I couldn't do it. But
Papa, you're a better man than 79% of the chat that voted that day.
But hey, Jakes, the 79% can put their money where their mouth is or whatever. They're not, little Joey's not theirs to sacrifice, but if we could do like the Japanese mafia and cut off our little finger, and we all got to sacrifice. I'm game for that.
You'd cut off your finger for a Super Bowl, but you wouldn't sacrifice a guinea pig?
My little finger's my little finger. Little Joey's not mine. You got to feel the pain. That would be Beast pain, not our pain. So we all got to sacrifice if we want that Super Bowl. So I'd say cut off your little finger. Leave little Joey alone.
You make a salient point. Let's check in with Beast right now and get his thoughts on everything. Beast? 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 That chin's looking good, man. I can see you lost the 70 pounds over 3 months. All right. Thanks for the time, Beast. I guess we'll get his thoughts at some point, Papa. But yeah, look, you make some fair points.
Yeah. Hey, and Jake, congrats on the Sunday show, man. It's awesome for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
Yep. Happy for you. And I'll talk to you later.
You got it, ladies and gentlemen. The man who was voted to have the best beard in the Azzy Awards this summer, Papa Jet, with a call. All right. We're going to try a Bobby Midnight special here. He was having some tech issues earlier. Let's see if Bobby is able to join us now. Bob, are you there?
Bob, are you there? Yeah, Jake, how you doing?
Why am I seeing two of you, Bob? What is going on here?
Bob? What is going on here? Oh, I think I'm on. Okay, let me turn this one off.
What's better than one, Bobby? How about two? Bob? Bob? Bobby? Now we can't hear you. Call back from the phone. All right. We'll try the phone. Super chat here from 8 Meow saying the guinea pig has got to go. That gets you in the raffle for 2. Beast is not going to like that one, though. How do I know that? I'll ask him.
I just had chicken. Chicken. You got no respect. If you're gonna show some respect, hey, talk football on this show. Don't talk about my guinea pig. If you got no respect for it, then get out of my sight. Get out of my face.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Just one point. No mercy. No mercy. And congratulations on Sunday's show. You're gonna do just great on every show.
Thank you,
Sunday.
Beast.
I think you'll do great. But
you should call in.
I want to talk to that guy. This guy you're gonna be working with. I want to see where he goes.
You want to talk to Mike Tannenbaum?
Yeah. When am I sitting down with him and go, business by business, move knock by knock. And are you a familiar fan of this?
Mega Man, absolutely.
Well, I've been into Mega Man since I was a kid. I love this stuff, and I'll tell you, one of these days I'm gonna get you one of these.
All right.
And I'll mail it to you. And all you just gotta do is find gotta get that source. But hey, let's go win Saturday. And remember, folks, $18. Bring it on in. And Saturday, Jets Giants, get your asses down there right now. It's at 7 East 42nd Street. Remember, $18 ticket includes 1 Friday beer, 1 free shot, plus a raffle ticket. Get your tickets now for the Jets Giants game and be ready, because what are we gonna do to the Giants? We're gonna blast their ass and bake them and cook them like fried chicken on a cold day. They're gonna be eating the old fist right here. Boom!
Well said, Beast. I mean, spot on. Great promo. Buy your tickets. Beast won't be there, but he'll be there in spirit. Might help ticket sales. So click the link in the description. I'll make it the pinned comment as well, because we're pushing hard to get people there for our first watch party of the summer. All right, let's see if Bobby Midnight's phone will allow him to be part of the show today. Hello, Bob.
Hi, Jake. How you doing?
I'm good, Bob. I hear you, and this is the tightest shot we've ever had of you. So I'm just gonna go. You're going for
I know, right?
here.
David T. I got David T. All right. So congratulations on your show. You say you're doing it with Mike Tannenbaum?
Yes, Mike Tannenbaum and I will be doing a weekly Sunday morning show on ESPN New York from 8 to noon. So we'll talk Jets, Giants, and NFL every week.
And was he the Jets GM at one time, right?
He was.
That got what's his name coming back to the Jets? The one that we liked, the safety. What was his name? Not Garn, not Sauce. The other guy. What's the other guy's name?
Talking about Revis?
Yeah, Revis. He went to that restaurant, didn't he?
Yeah, the the diner.
Corner. Yeah, that's right. But congratulations. I'll call in to you.
All right.
On Sundays. Yeah, I called in the other day when you were with the other guy, but they hung up on me.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I don't know, but you guys were playing this game and then a lot of talking. Rothenberg does a lot of talking, doesn't he?
It is.
Yeah, but I like the other guy better, the hockey player. What's the hockey player's name?
Rick DiPietro.
Yeah, I like him. He's cool. And the guy you had on today was pretty cool, too. He's from the West Coast, you said?
Hey, who are you rooting for on Saturday? The chat wants to know.
I'll go for the Jets. I'm cheering for the Jets.
Wow.
I want Brandon Allen having a great game on
Does
Saturday.
that jersey that I sent you last year fit you yet?
Not quite, almost. It's a little snug, but it will fit me.
Next call,
by the
you got to
time
put it on. I want to see where we're at.
Yeah, right. I got it here. Yes, I do
All
have
right.
it here. So when you're on next tonight, this afternoon,
Yes.
are you with our friend from the West Coast too, or no?
Am I with our friend?
Jeff.
Jeff will be joining me in person next week in Vegas, and he will be a weekly guest during the season on Wednesdays.
All right, you're going next week. Isn't this month going too fast, man? I tell you.
Flying, Bob. It's
Summer's
flying.
almost over, Jake.
Yeah, but I don't have to go to school anymore, so I don't mind.
So I gotta call Missy soon
Who's
to
Missy?
see if I get that job, because the girl from the Works Cafe.
You still haven't heard? If you got that, I just assumed you didn't get it.
No. She said the kids didn't go back to college yet. Call next week.
So what are the
When
other
they
jobs we're
go
looking
back.
into right now? Gorman's a lost cause. You're our only
Yeah,
hope.
I'm looking for the Brattleboro Retreat. I sign up for a dishwasher. I don't care what I get. I do a dishwasher. I don't care.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I like to work. I need to be with people, not all of them.
Job.
How is that guy doing? I haven't seen him in a while. Is he
Gorman,
good?
who knows, man? He's just, he's just doing his thing, doing nothing.
Jake, you're hilarious. I love you.
I love you too, Bob.
I had a problem with my show last night. They couldn't hear me last night. I don't know what's going on with my computer. I have to fix my volume or something.
Yeah, restart the
But at
computer.
least I
Start
called
there.
you on my. Now I know how to call on my phone again. So
Yeah,
That's
then you
good.
could go for it. You could call in during your walks.
yes, during the walk I will call in. Yep, definitely.
All right. Well, keep us
That's
updated.
in
All
the
right, call in
morning.
this afternoon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll find the Brandon Allen shirt and tell you.
Yeah, put on
If
it's a
it's
jersey.
snug as a
Braylon
rug.
Allen jersey.
I meant a jersey. I was gonna sell it to the guy. He didn't want it. Chris M. Remember Chris M?
I do.
Yeah, he didn't want it, so I don't know where he is. So never mind. I'll keep it. I'll give it to Michael. If it does. Did you send Michael's jersey to his house?
Did I send Michael's jersey to his house?
Remember, I won that jersey. You said.
I gotta check if I ordered it, or I gotta remember what was it, a jersey or was it? I forget what it was.
I thought it was a jersey.
I gotta look.
Or was it a? Okay, yeah.
Robbie was sending him something. Is that what you're talking about?
No. Remember, I won it. I did the.
Oh, I
raffle
ordered it. Yes, I
on
did
your
order
shirt.
that jersey. It should be there soon. I did order that for you.
Oh,
Garrett
okay.
Wilson
All
jersey.
right.
Yeah, check the mail. Could be
Yeah,
any day
there
now.
you go. Garrett Wilson, number 1. Oh no, number 5. Number 5.
Yes. All right.
Yeah. Jets are gonna definitely win Saturday. Don't worry about it.
All right, I'm not worried.
I'll
Thank you.
have a show. I'll call in, and then you could come on my show.
Ladies and
then
gentlemen,
everybody could see you.
Bobby Midnight.
Bye, everybody.
Well, you know I have my own YouTube show. If I'm awake, I'm going live. Unless Jake has a show, I'm Bobby.
Thank you, Bob. Beats Custom Kicks in the house. Jake's congrats on the show with Mr. T. I met him once. Great guy. One of my favorite GMs in history. Yeah, look, I mean, obviously it ended poorly. That's why any GM gets fired. But Mike Tannenbaum had a winning record with the Jets as their general manager. Hired 2 coaches that went to the playoffs, and they haven't been back since. So, in my book, he's the best GM I've ever seen as a Jet fan. So, it'll be good to work with him. And when he has these ridiculous takes on TV, I could definitely address him. We go back and forth. All right. Beats Custom Kicks. Thank you very much. You're in the raffle. Kyle will be there on Saturday at our watch party. Be like Kyle and lock in your ticket. The Asmaniac Watch Party is just days away. We're live at T Squared Social, Midtown Manhattan, steps from Grand Central Station for the Jets and the Giants. $18 ticket includes a Friday beer, a gangrene tee shot, and a raffle ticket for your chance to win tickets to Jets Panthers. Signed Aaron Glenn jersey, signed Wayne Corbett jersey. The food menu's electric, the drink menu's great, and it's preseason, so we're going to have fun because it's going to be an absolute blast. Come party with me and the Asmaniacs. I can't wait. $18. Beer, shot, raffle ticket included, and a great night watching the Jets and the Giants. Can't wait, to quote Bart Scott. Tickets do increase by $5 tomorrow, so that's why I'm pushing it hard today. I want to save everyone $5 if possible. So lock in your spot because it's going to be an awesome night. Let's see. Ted says, Jake, you will miss this when you're full time. If I was full time on ESPN, Ted, nothing changes with the show. Nothing. I was already full time on ESPN Houston when I did this show. The only thing that might change is there might not be every day 2 shows a day for 2+ hours. It might be one long show and then a shorter second show, or if there's breaking news, that might be the only adjustment. But YouTube is the future of my industry. Believe me. I love radio. The best thing that ever happened to me was leaving Houston and being able to do this full time. So this show will not change. We will be doing Jets content every day. More calls right now. Robin Boy Wonders is next. Hello, Robin.
Hey, first time calling. Nice to see you guys. I've been watching for about 5 months now. And at first, it was like, what the was going on here with the cast of characters? So it's been an education, but as time has gone by, I've come to embrace the Asmaniacs.
Love that, Robin.
Yeah, it took a while. First, I'm going, get rid of this guy. What is he? Why are you letting this guy go on? And, first time I saw Gary, I go, not the first time. It took me talking for a while to realize this guy's nuts. And then I listened to him, and he does make salient points quite often. So I'm kind of like even embracing Gary other than his worldview. So other than that. And a Jets fan I've been for, like I said, since Joe Willie was a rookie battling John Hewitt as a quarterback for the Jets. So I've seen everything. So all the ups and downs for Jets fans, the only thing I have for me that you guys have had to endure is I got to watch that game on TV when the Orange Bowl, when the Jets won. So that's all I have on you. I've been suffering ever since then, but I like what I've seen so far. I like the idea that we have a coach that got Sauce Gardner to make tackles in an exhibition game. So that made me excited. I'm just hopeful and happy to be an Asmaniac and join up with you guys. So
I love it,
thank
Robin.
you.
Where did you say where you were based from? Did I miss that? Where are you living right now?
I was born in Brooklyn, lived in Queens, and now I'm out in Massapequa. So I've been everywhere. I used to watch the Jets at Shea on back in the 70s, watching Al Woodall play quarterback, freezing my ass off in the upper deck at Shea Stadium with 20,000 people. So I've seen it all. But I've yet to see a game in the new stadium, so maybe I'll get out to MetLife. I haven't been there yet. I've been to the Meadowlands. The most fun Jets game I had, and then I'll stop reminiscing, was the Jets and the Packers. The Jets had to beat the Packers to get into the playoffs at Shea, and they sacked Lynn Dickey like 10 times.
Yeah.
The greatest Jets game I ever watched other than the Super Bowl.
I love it. That's
how
a long
long
time
I've been
you've been
around.
suffering, Robin boy. But I'll tell you
yeah,
what.
I have a nephew that cries to me about suffering, and I go, "Shut up, just shut up." I said, you saw the Super Bowl, yeah, but when did I see it? I said, "There's only been 2 teams worse over the time I've been a football fan. It's basically the Lions and the Browns are more inept than the Jets, and it's getting close. At least the Jets have the title, so." That's the only thing we got going. So we are going in the right direction. I like Aaron Glenn a lot. And I expect this team to win 7 games and hopefully more. That's what I'm expecting. And if anything exceeds that, it's gravy. Jake, thank you for taking my call. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate getting the chance to talk. And peace and love.
Robin, excellent call. I know you said you're based in Massapequa. If you want to come to the watch party on Saturday, I have a ticket for you. All right, Kyle Clifton bought some extra tickets, so I would like to use one of those tickets for you and a guest if you're free Saturday night for this game.
I'll ask my nephew if he wants to come along with me. I just hop on the railroad.
Exactly.
I'm there.
Yep. Shoot me an email, asmanjake@gmail, and I could send you the ticket info if you choose to go. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Peace and love.
You got it, Robin. Great call, man. First time caller. Love that. From Pequa. Go Chiefs. All right. I got him down and the raffle for 2 as well. So good luck, Robin. Let's see. More calls coming up. I also want to get to the raffle. I have this I want to mention, though. So I got an awesome email the other day from a longtime listener, right? So the person who emailed me is a listener named David Kurtz. Big fan of the show. His father, Donald, might be the oldest known listener that regularly watches the show. Donald watches every day. He has been a Jet fan since the Jets were the Titans and played at the Polo Grounds. His birthday was yesterday. He turned 95 years old. So this was sent to me. So I want to give a slightly belated happy birthday message to Donald, who's living and dying with this Jets franchise since before they were even called the Jets. So everyone in the chat, in the comment section down below, if you're not watching live, please wish Donald a happy birthday. Turned 95 yesterday. So appreciate David reaching out. You got a heck of a dad, David. But thanks so much for your support and your dad's support. But awesome email to receive. 95 years old. The Jets haven't killed him. Incredible. They certainly have tried over the years if you've been a Jet fan since before they were the Jets. But happy birthday again to you, Donald. And thanks so much for watching the show every day. And thanks again to your dad for sending me that email. All right. Hit the like button if you haven't. What a show this has been, huh? What a show. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Reminder, this show's available as a podcast wherever you get your podcast, either Apple or Spotify. So spread the word there. Let's get back to your calls right now. We just talked about perhaps our oldest listener. How about one of our youngest listeners? He also is probably one of our smartest listeners. Josh is next. What's up, Josh?
Jake, another great show as always. We're on the expressway, so if I start getting spotty, let me know.
I think it's the AirPods more than anything else, Josh. Can you just talk with the speakers?
Is it? Yeah, I'll take them out. Hold on.
All right, I'm gonna come right back to you. In the meantime, we need some entertainment. Beast, what do you have to say for yourself?
Not too much. Well, we ready? Yeah, we are ready. We're cooking Saturday. We're gonna use this as a sponsor. We're cooking some mean chicken. And
Now, what happened with your eyes yesterday, Beast? Were you able to get the hot sauce that you squirted in there out of them?
That's nothing. That was nothing. That was a cakewalk. In the words of Paulie from Rocky, that'll sweat you. You remember watching Rocky, don't you?
Of course, I've seen every Rocky.
Well, you know they're making a Rocky 7. Did you know that? They're making Rocky 7.
It's not Apollo Creed, it's a Rocky.
Yep, Rocky 7. I went, oh no, why? I mean, come on. 4 was the last good one. 5 was okay. 6 was somewhat semi-decent. But 7, Sylvester Stallone's like almost in his 80s. Dude, have you, it's like, dude, give it up already. You gotta let these young generations grow. You don't learn, you're not gonna learn nothing. You know, you can't just do the same thing over and over again. It's like putting a tree in. You know how you now, Jake, you don't plant trees, do you?
I do not, no.
You know how the city does? They take the old trees out, they replace them with new trees. You got to let those trees grow. You got to water them at least.
Also, they're not making a Rocky 7, so you received fake news.
Really, I'll have to take another look, but
Fake news, Beast. All right, back to Josh. Let's see if we hear him. Hello, Josh.
Jake, you got me?
Much better, Josh. What do you got for us?
All right, cool. Well, first of all, I need to congratulate you on the spot with Tannenbaum on Sundays. Can't wait to tune into that before each Jet game. Little show before Red Zone. But Beast said 2 calls ago that he wanted to have a chat with Mike Tannenbaum before you guys started the show. We got to find a way to make that thing go live. Chat.
Josh, I'm going to let you go just because you hit a dead spot there because you're in the car. But as far as your first point, it's well taken. The meeting of the minds between Beast and Mike T will happen at some point. I love it. Josh, if you get to a better cell phone spot, try and call back because you're always a good caller. Honestly, our best callers are Josh. Obviously, Connor Long is filled in. We know what we think about him. All the next-gen Jets guys. Chris. All of them. All that regularly call. Now, as I'm going through the calls here, I see a Bobby Midnight flailing his arms here. This is what he's doing on hold right now, everyone.
Now, I'll say happy birthday to Donald if you want.
Oh, that'd be great. I'm sure he'll love that.
Yeah, he's 95. You say congratulations.
Turned 95 yesterday.
Okay, yesterday. Okay, Donald, this is for you. It's a belated birthday wish, but I'm singing it to you anyway. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Donald. Happy birthday to you. And you have a great day today, and I hope you had a great day yesterday. How's that, Jake? Good.
I love it. I think Donald is definitely going to enjoy that wonderful rendition.
I couldn't do two hands this time because I have one holding the phone, so it's impossible to do.
Only one jazz hand is fine. By the way, take the barcode off your hat there.
Oh yeah, I know. I forget that. I also had that thing hanging on there on the top. You know, that goes on top of it. You know, the thing that you hang up on the thing.
You might want to take that off as well.
I had that on it. No, I took it off. Addison told me on his show I had to clip it off. All right, Jake. Yeah, thank you for letting me sing down on the happy birthday.
All right, Bob. Thank you.
You get the fuck out.
All right. Bobby Midnight, everybody. Couple memberships here. Robin, who just called in, became a channel member all on his own, and then he gifted a membership. So 2 more entries in our Klecko raffle for Robin Boy Wonders. Okay. Home stretch of the show here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we could hear Josh a little better this time. Josh, hello.
What's up, Jake? I think we're a little better. We're above ground now. We're out of the tunnels. So.
Yeah, I'd imagine calling a show on the internet in a tunnel will probably not work well. So I think it'll be better.
I know. Also, there was a storm yesterday. I don't know what the power's looking like, but I don't know. Maybe we can get Beast on the job to fix the internet lines.
Yeah, I hope so.
So congrats on the ESPN show for the Jets. I want to know what you're valuing is the most important for roster spots. To me, it's guys that can do multiple things for this team, like Beck, which the caller that said they want a Beck jersey, that's a little ambitious for me. But like Beck and Stiggers on both sides of the ball are guys that can do multiple things for you. And so as the end of the roster guys, that's what's most important to me. Like, bringing value to this team. If you want to take up a roster spot, you got to give me some good reasons why.
Well, I think Beck has solidified himself because he's multi-versatile for sure. I think after that, there's no tight end that's definitely locked in. Besides, obviously, Mason Taylor. It's a weak position group overall.
Right. I think Stone Smart probably makes it, and then Beck slides in there as the backup. So Ruckert's really on the bubble for me right now.
I think he's got to show something in this game Saturday. It'd be nice.
Absolutely. And then Stiggers can help out the secondary in any way possible. So I was high on him coming into training camp. So I want to see what he has in these last couple preseason games. But, yeah.
Good call, Josh. Well done. Are you excited for Saturday?
I am. Unfortunately, I would be at the Asmaniac meetup, but we're driving to Maine right now, so I will not be in the greater New York region to be able to be in attendance for that.
You'll be missed. Also, when I was shouting out all the great young Jets, I didn't mention Jack. Jack talks Jets. There's you. There's Connor, of course, Chris. So all you guys are awesome.
I appreciate it.
Josh, you're the man, all right? Have a safe drive. I don't think you're the one driving, though.
I'm not. I'm probably not a good driver.
All right. One day you will be. Well done, Josh. Maybe not. You live in the city. You probably don't ever get a car. Nate once drove me somewhere. He's a city kid, and I was fearing for my life. Open phone lines. Last chance to get in on the show this morning. We'll be back this afternoon. Matt O'Leary normally joins us on Thursdays. He is not joining us today. We had to reschedule due to a conflict that he had. So Matt instead will be joining us for what will be a Saturday program. So I'm looking forward to that. Saturday at 10:30 a.m. I'll be doing a show. On game day. So we have that. Let's see. Want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats. I don't think I did. Ted wants to see more from Mason Taylor on Saturday. I mean, he made a great play on Saturday to force the fumble against the Packers that Tafili picked up. PBM says Tafili a certified beast. Larry, when was the last time you saw the Jets tackle? I mean, they look good. It was one game, though. The Jets, let's not act like the Jet defense until last year wasn't one of the best in the league the previous two. They were a good team, at least on that side of the ball. They were. I'd go back to Beast, but right now this is what he currently looks like, so it's dangerous. Jay says, did Gorman ever get a job? Come on. Let's see. Yo Home says Beck's going to be a Jet for a while. I mean, I don't know if he's here long term. I think he's under contract for a year. He was the first signing Muji made. I think he'll be here. Little Jesus, what's your record prediction for the season? I'm still at 6. I'm hoping to move to 7. I'm going to wait and see how they look on Saturday. See what they do in the last week. Let's see the injuries. Gator says Mount unemployment is holding up nicely. Yeah, look, I feel like Mount unemployment, I mean, has never been stronger. Let's be honest. Cheats fan, no one has heard from the guy. We know he can't hold a job to save his life. Beast claims to be retired, but no one believes him. I mean, Bobby is Bobby. He's trying. Give Bobby his credit. He's probably the leader in the clubhouse as far as maybe coming the closest. And then there's Gorman. And that seems to be the problem. Peter says 6 is so weak. Well, I hope I'm wrong, Peter. I do. I got major questions about Fields in the passing attack. I've been on this for months. But here's a look at Mount unemployment. What's changing here anytime soon? Right? Chiefs fan could be in jail for all we know. Bobby's our only hope. I mean, you think this guy's going to get a job? People aren't just lining up to give that guy a gig. That's the reality here. Maybe this guy. By the way, Trackstar Max, for those who missed it, made his debut yesterday. This is a caller we need to see more from this season.
What are you guys' opinion on me doing a backflip through this orange wall?
Need that. Also, we haven't heard from Eddie, who blessed us during the post-game show on Sunday. Eddie, if you're out there, would love you to be a part of this.
Is a blessing.
Thank you, Eddie. We've had a lot of craziness happen on this program, man. We really have.
When you got to fart, you got to fart.
You just ripped ass. You're no better than Gorman.
At least I'm 10 times sexier than Gorman. That's a guarantee.
Unreal. Hey, real quick, new merch in the store. G5 shirt and a Coach AG shirt ahead of the season. Visit jakeasman.com for either of these shirts. And it's a great way to support the channel by buying merch. Gil says, Beast is retired from what? How do you retire for not working? Well, if you ask Beast what he's done, he'll tell you he's done all these things and then never tell you what actually he's done. That's the thing. We need another dream call, Papa. Absolutely. The dream. I mean, what a debut, huh? That's actually a perfect segue here because what I'm doing right now is finishing counting of the names for the raffle. So I'm going to play this short clip. When we come back, it's raffle time. If you want to sign Joe Klecko jersey, you have 1 minute to enter. Otherwise, you're not going to qualify. So last chance to win the prize. We come back with the raffle right after this. The Dream is up next. I don't recognize the Dream here.
This is Andrew C. Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Andrew? Okay. You go by the name The Dream?
No, I didn't know. Somebody told me to type something in, and here I am. I'm very nervous. My first call.
Don't be nervous.
Can I also tell you something? I want to be part of the Asmaniac.
You're doing a great job, man. I could see you being a regular on this program.
I would like to be.
Now, the dream, have you had any alcoholic beverages this morning?
Absolutely.
I could tell.
Yeah.
What did you drink?
Sailor Jerry rum.
Really? What time did you start opening that bottle?
I drink heavily on the weekends, but during the week, my job, I can't drink during the week.
So the weekend has started for you, I take it.
Call me Andrew. That's my name. Not the dream.
I just changed it for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You're so good like that.
You're Andrew C., not the dream now.
Yeah, I have a dog. Pitbull. He's part of the team, too. He has a Jet jersey.
That's awesome.
Found
What's your dog's name?
Happy.
Happy?
I didn't name him. I got him from the pound, I was like, I live in Jacksonville, Florida right now. I'm an ass maniac, man.
Well, Andrew, I'll tell you what. This was an all-time great first call. You called in. Called that
boy,
for,
he
right?
found a squirrel.
Is your dog going after the squirrel?
Yeah, Andrew C. Yeah. All right, so, yes. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I love, and oh my God, yeah, my first call. I hope to call further, yeah.
Please call further. Ladies and gentlemen, if Andrew C. becomes a regular, welcome to the tournament next month. Welcome to that tournament, baby. It's coming. Okay. The raffle is coming. It's the first time I'm doing it on a new browser here, so it's taking me a little longer than usual, but we should be all set. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Okay, before we start with the raffle here, Anthony, as I'm just seeing this now, says, "Hey, Jake, congratulations on the Sunday show. I've been driving all week. Missed the chat. Can't wait to see everyone on Saturday." That's right, Anthony. We'll be there. Let's go.
Hey, Charles, I need some more of that chicken soup.
That's the wrong drop. It was supposed to be a Jet chant. Here's the Jet chant. Also, the names aren't entered right. Hold on. I'm having issues here. I need to get everything set. We're not ready yet. The names didn't load the way I needed them to. So I need more time. Ladies and gentlemen, when you need more time, you play a clip such as this one.
People think I don't want to work, which is not true. I just had a bit of a nap not too long ago, too, so that didn't help.
I love it, dude.
You're talking about how people don't.
You can't say that people think you don't want a job and then say that you came off a real good nap. It's a hard two sentences to put together, Charles. It is. You got Jake off the camera.
How do you not see the irony of that, Charles? This is why Charles is the best of the best. Gorman's the GOAT. All right. Now the names are properly entered, I believe. Stand by. Appreciate everyone's patience here. Okay, here we go. Good luck to everyone. Let's play some music for dramatic effect. If you win, you have to email me the address where I'm sending the Joe Klecko jersey to. And if you don't win, you qualified for the weekly raffle, which is projected to be Monday this week. Again, good luck to all. The winner of a Joe Klecko signed Hall of Fame inscription jersey is listener Omar Ochoa. Congratulations to Omar. Omar, I don't believe I have your information, so please email me immediately, asmanjake@gmail.com, and we will make sure that we get it sent to you as quickly as possible. All Omar needed to do to enter today was gift just one membership. That got him in and earned him a win in our daily raffle. So congrats to Omar. Thanks to everyone who supported the raffle. Please buy your ticket to the watch party, which is coming up in 2 days. Tomorrow, the price increase goes up by $5, so save yourself $5 and join us Saturday night. Cannot wait to see a bunch of listeners Saturday and hopefully watch a positive showing by Aaron Glenn and the New York Jets. On that note, that does it for me. We're back this afternoon with our second stream of the day. I will talk to you guys soon. Until then, JETS, 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 Jets. Buy your watch party tickets immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, last night in our Discord channel, he threatened to crack Gator McCluskey's skull. Charles Eugene M. Gorman joins us. Hello, Charles.
He was trying to be a smartass and wishing harm on other opposing teams' players. How about I wish for your skull to get fractured? And he was like,
Gator just wrote in, Charles wants to murder me. So to be clear, you don't want to crack his skull.
I don't want to murder you, Gator. Granted, you can be a smartass sometimes, but you're too much of a national treasure.
Who would want a picture with you besides someone who knows you from my show, your show, or Nick Shine's show?
That's a good question.
What if Gator was there? Would you take a picture with him? Because you did threaten to kill him in the Discord the other night.
I didn't threaten to kill him. People are taking those words out of context. He was praying for every player and every other team to get anal warts. And I said, what if I pray for you to get your skull fractured?
Yeah, what did you say?
I'll share my screen with you.
Make sure you delete your history first, Charles.
Oh, stop it. Gator says if he's not a Jet, he sucks. But I can't help it, Charles. I put my head on my pillow all night. Just wishing anal warts on all non-Jets players and fans. And then I said, how about I wish for you to get your skull fractured?
But it does sound like there was some intent there, no?
Intent? What do you mean by intent?
Like there's some intent, you know?
I don't want to hurt Gator, and I don't really wish harm on the guy.
You said you don't really, though. I mean, that's not
Dan
exactly helpful.
Philcox, look how smart this dude is.
Why don't we just apologize to Gator and we'll let bygones be bygones?
Where's Gator?
No, he's in the chat. He wrote, I'm so threatened. Damn.
I'm going to kiss you and make up with you?
Yeah, there's no kissing on this show. It's who do you think you are here?
First of all, I'm joking.
Just like you were joking about fracturing Gator's skull, huh?
I was upset that Gator said that if they're not a Jet, they suck.
I see where Gator's coming from with that take.
What?
They're not a Jet, they're garbage.
So you think Adrian Peterson of the Vikings was a terrible football player?
He wasn't a Jet.
He's a future Hall of Famer.
What did he do for the Jets?
That's my opinion.
Charles embracing the gangster rapper persona, Gator. Stay safe, brother. Thoughts and prayers.
I'm not a killer. I'm not a psychopath like people claim that I am.
All right.
I have a bad temper, but I'm not a psycho.
Charles, thank you for the time. Farewell. Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Eugene M. Gorman. That was tremendous.
Just put myself in these goddamn situations.
Nah.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you gotta make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.